Gaston.
No one's got us well cleft in his chin like Gaston.
Hey, this is the GatorEX podcast, the podcast that happens every 2 weeks. It stars myself and a guest. There's a rotating cast. We took a break last week because because March was a little weird and had like three. No, it had 5. It had 5 weeks. Sorry, I'm losing my mind.
You are losing your mind. We're all going crazy, man.
I know. But point is, I'm joined by Nerds again.
Hi!
And we actually left the last one on a cliffhanger.
I don't even remember.
I know, it was a while ago. Oddly enough, I did because it was something as real simple. It was like, oh yeah, what's your favorite color? And then we left it on a cliffhanger. Gonna wait like 4 weeks to find out your favorite color.
I'm gonna go with my good old trusty dusty from when I was a kid, green, because I can't make up my mind nowadays.
Green's nice. Like me personally, lately, I don't want to say black because black is like, no, like the association, like, oh, you're emo, you like black or whatever. But
yeah, black is a like universal color for everything. You use it to sketch with, use it to draw things, doodle, paint, everything.
Exactly, and it looks, honestly, I think it looks really like sleek and clean, and it goes with pretty much everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Just like right now, like my desk is black, and then my phone case is black. Well, my phone itself is black, and the phone case is black with like bright green. I don't know. That's a really cool looking aesthetic. Well, that's all we got. Cliffhanger solved, right?
Come back next week.
Yeah, find out everyone else's favorite color. No, but it's real interesting. Just now. So yeah. Sorry, I was not late, but like. Definitely not as late as last time, but it's because I was working on something that I keep setting aside and I keep kind of bringing back every now and then. It's like it's a big project and it's not at all related to Pokemon or to YouTube in general, but definitely sometime, obviously, I'm going to talk about it and announce it. Right now, it's a big secret thing and it's really under wraps. I'll tell you about it later. I don't know. It's weird because at the same time, I'm kind of feeling like, well, you know, how are people going to react to it? Like with the podcast in general, like, you know, sometimes we'll talk about Pokemon, sometimes anime related stuff, video games in general. But for the most part, it's not my typical thing. It's not, like I said, it's not always Pokemon related. I guess it has me in it. So it's sort of similar. But like this is what I'm working on right now. Like, I don't know how to describe it without like spoiling a lot. But like I said, I'll tell you about it later. But it's one of those things of like, I'm a little nervous in how it'll be received overall.
Is it like scandalous?
No, not at all. It's just different. It's very, very wholesome, and I'm making that like I said, it's like the main thing is that it's not Pokemon related and it's not a video or a video like project. I guess I'll say this, it's a game that I'm working on. And that for the most part, that's all I'll say, because again, like I said, it's something that just kind of put on the back burner, but it's a game that I'm working on and that I think is a cool idea, and it's a fun and stupid idea. But like I said, nothing to do with Pokemon because I don't own Pokemon, and it's not at all YouTube related or video related because it's a game.
Interesting. I could take a guess at what it could be.
No, it's like I said, I'll tell you about it, but it's interesting, and a video game came out recently that's similar to it, so it just gave me a few more ideas, or it reminded me of it. It's like, oh hey, I should work on that. It's right now it's just in a lot of like not pre-planning, but a lot of like figuring out the mechanics of it. It's gonna have like, well, you know, because like we were saying with art, right, or with drawing in general, I need to draw more.
Have you been drawing your drawings, mister?
I have. Wait, have we mentioned that on the podcast? That
I don't know, but if we have, cool. If not, cool.
Yeah, no, just
we do drawings, and I do. Well, he does drawings. I do doodles, and my doodles usually don't make sense.
I mean, obviously, anyone can draw whatever. Like, that's the cool thing about drawing. Like, you got a blank paper, you got a pencil, or what, like a blank text, or not text document, a blank paint document, and a mouse or whatever you use. Just in general, you and some other people, other friends, just in a way seeing what other people are working on, and especially, you know, people I know in real life, because people I know in real life, again, you know, they're my good friends, and just seeing them working on something, like, because I'm used to, as I have a few YouTube buddies or peers, right, and seeing stuff that they make, it's always, you know, it's always cool, but I'm not like really super driven. Like you'll just send me a picture, or like a picture that you drew, and then I'll think to myself, oh dang, I haven't drawn anything today, maybe I should.
Maybe you should.
And it's not like a I know, and it's not like a jealousy thing. It's not like a competitive thing, but it's just kind of like I can't explain it. How would you describe that? Because it's not a jealousy thing. It's not a competitive thing.
It's more of like a thing where you want to do more, but you're choosing not to.
Yeah, and then seeing someone I know, and again, I see you beyond like just a podcast recording like every month or so.
Or do you?
I know. Who are you?
I am the
father.
Yes.
I am your father. No.
I am the yes.
The yes and the yes. I'm gonna end up drawing stuff for this game. I'm
like
getting some
YouTube logos for the future.
Oh, those two.
Change up the YouTube logo because it needs to get changed.
I should.
The same thing. It's been the same ever since YouTube ever got started.
Well, it's a play button. It's had like variations.
Yeah, but it's been the same
thing.
But
yeah, it's the same thing. They just move it around. They're like, oh, what if it's in front of the word YouTube, or what if it's after the word YouTube now? Really mixing it up.
What if it's all a part of the word YouTube?
What if Jeff?
Well, Jeff needs to change up the play button.
He needs to change his name. Yeah, the drawings obviously are going to come later, but I'm going to have to draw a lot for this game because it's basically all drawings. I'm pretty close to having like a working prototype to play. Obviously, it's not going to have the fancy pictures. It's just going to be all stick figures on like every part of it.
Oh my gosh, that sounds hilarious.
I should. But
it's kind of like was it West of Loathing?
Oh. But it's there's a playable version, and I almost feel like maybe I should say like it's not a, but then that counts as a spoiler. But then I don't know. It's not a that's the biggest problem I feel like.
Moving on, folks.
It's not a video game. It's not a video game. It's a board game, card game basically.
It's a thing.
It's a physical game, and again, that's kind of an issue. I feel like, well, not an issue, but one of the things I'm thinking of because it's something that I'm pretty passionate about. I like card games and board games, and this is a fun, dumb idea, but like I could easily adapt this idea into a video game. But I feel like a lot of the appeal is what I'm doing now is a type of video game, but I'm adapting it into a card game, kind of. Card game or board game or miniature game or pen and paper or whatever. But
or it could be a video game, card game, board video game / PC game crossover arcade system 8-bit 3D animated.
It's the toys to life. Yeah. I don't know. I've been a little hung up on that, like I'm saying, because again, when I done with it, obviously I'm gonna get some stuff of it made physically, and I'll obviously like have an option to purchase it right on like Amazon or something. But that's the thing. It's like, hey, I made this and nobody asked for it, and it's for sale for this amount. But I made it, guys. You should check it out. 1 big cent. Yeah.
One big penny.
Yeah. So in one sense, like I'll obviously have to promote it online, and if I want to like, and I don't want to say like, oh, I need to sell copies, because I'm obviously doing this for fun because I think it's a cool idea. And at the very, very least, I'm just gonna have like 1 copy, and I'll just have it for to play with friends, basically.
Or you could actually put it together and do a bunch of effort-filled adventures with it, and turn it into something that could be, that next big online thing as I drop something off my desk.
Yeah, I definitely get you, but well, I mean, no, what am I saying but for? That's why I'm telling you.
Why do you keep talking about butts?
The butts cast. No, that's why I'm telling you, because then that's it. That's what friends are for. They tell you, hey, that's a cool idea, do it, and then they push you.
What, butts?
Butts? They push your butts. Yeah, like what I'm saying with the drawing thing, like, I don't know, I think the best part about, well, not the best part about friends, but a really good part about friends is that they keep you accountable for things. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like I talked a little too long about that, but that's it. I'm working on a game. It's pretty slow, but I'm pretty close to having something
Maybe
playable.
It's a game about YouTube.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
What? No.
Well,
somebody's already done that, actually, I think, or something that's sort of along the lines of it. It was like a 8-bit slash
Oh, they're
animated game where it's like what was it? It was like My Streamer or something, where it was like basically it was like this like 2D 8-bit thing of like a character basically sitting at a desk, and you basically get points, and you spend those points on just improving like your scenery in your room and like your computer and webcam to get these non-existent followers in this game.
What is it?
Basically, it's a video game about being a YouTuber slash online celebrity. And
Yeah.
Process.
There's like one that's like called My YouTuber Life, and then there's one that's called PewDiePie's Tuber Simulator.
PewDiePie actually made his own game.
Well, he didn't make it exactly, but I think I don't know what the details are. I know he probably funded it and promoted it, definitely, and his face is all over it.
Well, viewers, you need to do some research and comment down below and give us some of those research results.
Exactly. I played it for a bit, but then, like you said, non-existent followers. I play, and I'm like, hey, wait a second. Yeah, no, it's like I had my little desk in my room, had ducks here and there, or a duck poster. That's right.
Ever seen the Mighty Ducks? That was a good movie. That's off the topic. Don't talk about it.
I've never seen Mighty Ducks.
No, don't talk about it.
But that's the top. I don't know. Sports movie, right? Yeah, Disney sports movie. I'm thinking about it.
No.
I'm just thinking about ducks now.
Well, you know what?
What's your favorite kind of duck?
Oh, don't ask me that. Oh, I don't know.
Is it Donald Duck?
He's probably one of the most meme ducks there in memery history, whatever it's called.
Meme story?
The meme history, I guess.
Welcome to Behind the Meme, and this is your meme history lesson.
I don't know. I like. I'm gonna go with the opposite end and go to Looney Tunes for Daffy Duck.
Daffy Duck is like okay. Both Daffy Duck and Donald Duck are like, well, not that they're similar. They've got different ways of dealing with things, obviously. But
they're very sassy.
Yes, they're both very sassy. Very they're nice guys, obviously, but they're both like can be rude or impulsive. That's it. They're both very impulsive.
Daffy more than Donald.
Yeah, and how they deal with things is like different. Okay, sometimes Daffy is because Looney Tunes and Disney cartoons are pretty different, obviously. But some of my favorite stuff is the interactions of Daffy Duck with like Elmer Fudd, of the typical hunter versus the snide, what's the word? The sassy animal, basically.
Yeah, and you can find a lot of the clips on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of interesting. Talking about YouTube there's like a lot that's been like there's just a lot. YouTube's been going through like a lot of not just change, but like it's kind of hard to be really unique in like your own way, so to speak, when being on YouTube.
Yeah, in terms of like the types of videos you make, it's definitely gotten to the point where like you either need to be really, really good at what you're making. Like if you're making video essays, right, they need to be like really good, basically. And a lot of good ones are out there, but for the most part, okay, all right, let's take this podcast for example, right? Everybody has a podcast. Like last year or like 2 years ago, basically everyone was making one, churning one out every so often. And there's nothing too different in terms of like format. Here we are doing a podcast, but I mean, I have fun. People like it. The big thing is personality. Like you've got to sell your personality, basically.
Yeah, you have to have the name of person. Your last name needs to be Ality. Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta be personality. But like with one of my favorite channels is Super Mega, and they basically do just let's plays on a podcast. Nothing revolutionary, but I really like it because I find Matt and Ryan very funny.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Good for you.
Yeah, I am. This is what I was gonna say. This is what I got to deal with. Well, not every day, but no, this is basically it. I don't even know how to describe that type. I'm not anti-joke.
It's giving you a hard time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. What do you watch? What do you watch on YouTube?
That, oh my goodness. I used to watch a lot on YouTube, but I don't really watch much on YouTube anymore. Except for probably, was it like RuneScape videos of people doing like Ultimate Iron Man stuff, which is really, really fascinating to me. Plus, sometimes I'll watch some other gaming videos. Recently I've been watching a lot of like Whose Line Is It Anyways?
Oh,
Which is always like a fun thing for me to watch just because I grew up watching it with my folks.
yeah.
I used to watch a lot of Markiplier, a lot of Game Grumps.
Whose line is it anyways? So like, or at least, you know, well, those people, the people in it are funny, and the situations are real interesting, or the games are real interesting. I always thought it'd be cool to like do something like that. This one YouTuber I watch, when he goes to conventions and with his other YouTube friends, the panel that they host at conventions is, you know, basically Whose Line Is It Anyway? Where they just do stuff like that. I don't know. I think that'd be a funny idea. Obviously, we can't. You know, we're not at the point where you take over. Well, not take over a convention, but fill out a panel being like, we're this is the GatorEX podcast group. Yeah, we're just gonna be playing some Whose Line for this panel.
Oh, man, that'd be so much fun.
That would be amazing.
That'd be so much fun.
That would be so, honestly, SoCal Retro Gaming Expo, which I went to that in February. It's a cool convention, and it's not that it's small, but yeah, it's pretty small. I'm gonna try my darndest to get into, or at least, you know, maybe be like a guest for that, or have some sort of booth of some sort at the event. I don't know if a panel could happen. If by chance we can get a panel, that'd be great. Just like ask for however long as possible, do like a live podcast there and dumb stuff like that. That'd be honestly great.
That would be pretty awesome.
Because I went to one of the panels there, and it was hosted by this one gaming YouTuber I watch. He mostly makes like kind of discussion videos, or like, you know, top 5 games on Switch eShop this week or stuff like that. But he's real like energetic kind of, and again, you know, it's a thing of like personality, right? The personality is basically what, you know, YouTube is nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's how you set yourself aside. And you know, he was a pretty cool guy, and his panel was you know, top 5 worst discount games on Steam. I don't know. Top 5 stuff is like cool, but it's a whole thing of like the personality stuff, like I said. And you know, not to rag on stuff, but like with Pokemon specifically, something that's kind of become popular within the last year is my opinion on every X, or every X in Y, basically. And they're list videos, and yeah, you know, they can be entertaining. But again, it basically comes down to the personality is going to separate this video from a text document.
Yeah, I mean, I've come across like a lot of those videos, and like some of the videos that I've actually watched of yours are actually like, I get so sucked in, because for me, the whole thing with like, it's not logistics, it's I guess like legitimacy. What's the word I'm looking for? How things work. Starts with an L. I'm not gonna worry about it. But yeah, some of the videos that I've actually watched, like I got sucked in because it's just like, oh, it's in, like I'm receiving certain info that I didn't know about certain Pokemon games or certain Pokemon facts. Because I grew up with Pokemon, but it first started with like Pokemon cards, and I was that kid who, you know, begged his mom to, you know, I want Pokemon cards. Can I have Pokemon cards? You can get 1 pack. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get this one, and then you open it up when you get home, and it's nothing but like power-up cards.
It's all energies and trainers. But it's still cool, I guess. Pokemon's real neat. Why? That's stupid. Why did I say it? Pokemon's neat, guys. Hey guys, guess what? I got a new video coming out. Pokemon's neat. Okay.
That could be a really funny like opinion video, like a really sarcastic like, I've gotten an opinion that probably is not factual. Pokemon's neat. And let's talk about it. Most
controversial. You know, it's funny, like with the April Fools, the other day.
Was that what that was? April Fools?
Yeah, the holiday.
I didn't participate.
That was your April Fools? You didn't?
I didn't have anything planned. Usually if I have anything planned for April Fools, like I have to like plan it like a month ahead of time.
I made like a quick little April Fools video. For a while I was trying to think, what should I do? And I realized I post dumb joke videos when it's not April 1st. Back in November when, you know, the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee came out. It was basically, you know, Red and Blue remade, right? And so I made a quick little video that was called, and it was how to get Magikarp. And everybody
Really?
yes, exactly. So the joke is everyone knows how to get Magic. Well, I mean, not to bash because every time a new Pokemon game comes out, just so many people will make all these guide videos. And in the past, it only used to be like maybe 1 or 2 people doing it. And then, now everybody makes them. And it's not necessarily for like, not calling them unnecessary. Some of them can be useful for some people. But I was kind of making fun of those a little by saying, yeah, this is how you get Magikarp. And of course, I was like, okay, guys, so today I'm going to show you how to get Magikarp. And what's really cool about Magikarp is that if you raise it to like level 20, it actually evolves into a Gyarados, and that's pretty cool. And it was basically like 3 minutes of that with game footage.
I mean, it's just a lot of people trying to quickly jump onto the YouTube fame train and trying to get popular off of the next newest thing that had just come out. And I mean, the thing is there are YouTubers who have been on YouTube for years, and they finally just hit like 1 million subscribers.
Yeah. It has a lot to do with, I guess, what people choose to cover, what types of videos they choose to make. Or it's weird though. YouTube's like a mix of talent, effort, and some luck. So yeah, like the talent that you put in that gets you recognized, the effort you put in to get recognized, and then the luck of people clicking on your video and maybe sharing it, or your video getting recommended. Which, I mean, during the 2016, the era of Pokemon Sun and Moon, that's, when my channel first started getting traction, definitely I jumped on stuff pretty quickly. I didn't do like guide videos. I definitely think in terms of like guide stuff, like, how to get X or where to find Y. I think it's like I said, I think it is a tad excessive with how many people jumped onto that recently. So
do a Pokemon battle in an abandoned Toys R Us.
I wonder how guarded that Toys R Us bias is.
Honestly, I'd be so down if it were like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they have it pretty tightly locked, but if it's not, I'd love to just go walking into that empty place.
Yeah, it's huge. Over Halloween, they turned it into like a Halloween store, and they used like barely 1/4 of it for Halloween stuff. They had a bunch of walls to basically make it into a smaller store.
I believe so.
Okay, one thing about Toys R Us, right? When it was closing, I mean, I have a few, I don't know if I'll call them regrets, right? But there were things that were there that I definitely feel like I should have got. There were a few amiibo and a few video games that were real cheap. And so, I could have picked up a few extras of those or some of those, and that might have been cool. Okay, this one's dumb, right? So they were actually selling the shelving units at the Toys R Us. That's how that's how dumb they were.
Now, my uncle actually got one of the shelving units. He actually used it in his garage to actually store things.
Nice. Like one of the basic ones?
He actually got 2. It was like one of the ones that would be on the floor, and then the ones that are wall mounted.
Nice. Well, here's the cool thing. So, the video game shelves, like the ones with the glass, like the glass cases?
Yes.
Yeah,
I almost said no because I'm like, I haven't been in a Toys R Us in like the longest time. But no, I do know what you're talking about.
Come on, man. Let's go to Toys R Us tomorrow and like, we got to refresh what is. No.
I'm down.
Yeah. But they were selling those too. It was real neat. Like there's this new store, there's this new like video game store that opened up in the mall right by here. It's a cool place in there, and they have the shelves, like those are straight up the shelves from Toys R Us. But what's neat is like they have kind of like little backing on it that's Mario themed. And
you want the backing.
Well, not the backing. Like, how do I describe it? So, it's a glass. Well, it's like a glass case meant like with a lock meant to like keep the video games in it. And so it's basically kind of like a backdrop. The backdrop is all Mario themed. And
you want the backdrop.
No, I want the whole case. I want the whole case. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Because, I mean, okay, this guy made the right decision because he has a video game. He straight up has a video game store. So he's like, oh, hey, look, a shelving unit, and it's already themed after video games. Might as well buy that. And so for him, that's an investment. For me, it's going to take up space unless I open my own video game store.
So what you're saying is
we got to open up a video game store.
You want a backdrop with no video games that displays amiibos and every stuffed Pikachu known to man.
Basically, because I guess that's what I'd use it for. Well, not every Pikachu. Okay, yeah, all the fat ones from the 90s, the pudgy Pikachus.
Oh, the pudgy ones that you just punch in the face. It was just always entertaining.
Why were you punching Pokemon?
Oh wait, you can't say that, right? Oh, I'm sorry.
What? Can't say what?
Can't say you punched a Pikachu.
No, you can.
Oh yeah.
No one's gonna arrest you.
Punch those things in the. Yeah, you can punch those things in the face when you wanted to. Oh come on, like. You cannot say that, like, oh, somebody had one of those and you weren't tempted just to punch it in the face.
I mean,
like, come on.
I never punched any of them. I mean, we had
not even a Jigglypuff.
No, well, I mean, I never punched my Pokemon. I don't know. Did I have a bunch of? No, I did have we did have some Pokemon toys when we were younger. And
that would be a really messed up new feature in a Pokemon game. It's like trainer action, abuse your Pokemon.
Oh, okay. You know what though? You can pet your Pokemon, right? With on the DS with the stylus, right? In the newer ones, you can pet them. But if you double tap your screen, it counts as you hitting them, and they get mad.
That's funny.
So you actually can touch, or not touch. You can. Well, of course you can. Yeah, you can touch your Pokemon. You actually can hit your Pokemon. What's also funny is so there's a little hand on the screen, right, that represents where you're petting them or scratching them or whatever. And if you move the stylus to say Charmander's tail, where there's the fire, it'll stop. It'll show the hand get red, and basically you burn your hand by touching the fire.
Oh, that makes sense.
Exactly. So don't hit your Pokemon. Don't touch the fire.
Yeah, just punch him in the face.
Oh. well, I had a Lotad toy, right? You know Lotad, little lily pad thing. So I had a little Lotad toy, and at this point they were making the Pokemon with beans in them, the Beanie Babies. And so yeah, I would smack Lotad a bit because it sounded funny.
See, I got one of the Lotads in one of those kids meals when I was a little kid, but it was plastic. And so the lily pad that's sitting on top of his head, it wasn't quite made correctly to where some of the edges on it were a little sharp.
Ooh.
Yeah, back when toys actually had a real hazard to worry about.
Yeah.
You handle this wrong, your kid's gonna have a slice in his wrist. This is gonna.
Lotad used cut. Oh, also that Lotad plush that I had, obviously it had a big lily pad, so it would just stack things on top of the lily pad.
Oh yeah,
to hold it. Which, by the way, you reminded me something though. Well, the Detective Pikachu movie is coming out in a month, but we can go to.
You got free tickets.
No, I wish. Hey, Warner Brothers, if you're listening, please. But right now at Burger King, you can get some Detective Pikachu themed toys.
Yeah, but for me, I'd have to make it super funny. I'd like to order. You said McDonald's, right?
Burger King.
Oh, Burger King. Oh, dude. Oh, I could. Oh, that's even more embarrassing. Because McDonald's, you can get away with I'm gonna order 10 kids meals, 10 Happy Meals.
Or it's
Burger King, it's just you have to explain to them. You have to try to really convince them that you want probably 10 or 15 kids meals.
They're not gonna ask, are they?
So usually they don't, but sometimes they look at you funny. You have to explain to them why you're getting so many kids meals.
But let's see. There's Loudred, Bulbasaur, Detective Pikachu, Arcanine.
Loudred's the evolved form of Lotad, right?
No, of Whismur.
Whismur. Oh, right. He's got the subwoofer ears.
Yeah. In the trailer is pretty neat because he's jamming out with the an actual musical performer. There's also Arcanine, Psyduck, and Mewtwo as the toys.
You want to know another movie that people are both stoked but really upset about?
What's that?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be okay.
People are talking some mess about that trailer.
Yeah. Well, it's not out yet. No, there wasn't a trailer, but
there's sneak peeks of it, and I see the sneak peeks, and I'm
oh yeah, definitely.
Oh my goodness, this is gonna be either really funny or it's going to be the worst thing ever made.
And you know who's playing Eggman, right?
No.
Jim Carrey.
Really?
Yes. So it's gonna get weird, or it's gonna be that's the thing. It's either gonna be really weird, or it's gonna be actually maybe good. But
you know what, dude? Just because Jim Carrey's gonna be Eggman, I'm probably gonna go see it.
I need to see this for real. All right. What about Dora? Did you see the trailer for live action Dora?
There's a live action Dora.
Yep, live action Dora the Explorer. Boots is in it. Here, let me send you the pic of Boots.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why? Why is this a thing? Like, why is everybody like just so suddenly like, let's take things that like were okay and popular when we were younger and actually turn them into like a fully productive thing.
I like that's the trend now. It seems like.
What the heck is this?
That's Boots without his. He doesn't even have boots on.
That's more like a different colored Abu from like live action.
Okay. All right. I was saying this though. Who's gonna win in a fight? Live action Detective Pikachu, live action Sonic the Hedgehog, live action Boots the Monkey, or live action Will Smith Genie?
Well, the thing is Boots is gonna get bupped no matter what.
Yeah, he's just a monkey.
Pikachu and Sonic are probably gonna go at it because they're both extremely fast.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Sonic is probably going to beat Pikachu, probably by a hair of Pikachu. But also Pikachu could also like beat Sonic by just like a smidge, just because of the electrical power that he has. And Will Smith Genie, I mean, he's a genie, so he could do anything he wants.
But
he just basically like send everybody off onto like a deserted island to just fend for themselves, and he's just the winner.
He could, but would he?
He is a genie.
Yeah.
And genies are like tricky and smart. And clever and...
But well, Aladdin Genie is he's more friendly. It's more like, hey, let me help you out here.
Yeah. But he's also, yeah. Very rarely did he get angry.
Yeah, no, I guess that's it. Okay, if you do keep it though to like only the small furry ones, like minus the genie, I guess Sonic like it's basically just between Sonic and Pikachu at this point.
Yeah, because Boots gets his butt kicked, like, no matter what.
Boots gets his boots bootsed.
I mean, like, he'd probably run for it and, like, not want to fight, but...
Where's the map?
He's... Yeah, let's get the map to help us out and see what that does. Well, see if we can go over here.
Everybody stops moving. It just cuts to the map. He sings his little song.
I'm the map! Shut up!
And a backpack shows up.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. We'll just get Dora involved too and just like, you know.
Dora's got a knife.
Why?
That's here. I'll link you the trailer, but Dora has a knife in the trailer.
Oh my god.
Well, because it's like high school Dora.
High school Dora.
Yeah, because that's the story. It's like, oh yeah, she was an adventurer as a kid, or she's raised in the jungle as an adventurer with her parents, and then it's like, oh, you got to go to high school now in the city.
This already sounds like a terrible, like, oh my goodness.
It's weird. Okay, all like any movie, I kind of, well, not any movie, but for the most part, any like big movie, I really do want to see them in theaters. Detective Pikachu right now, I have the most faith in to be pretty funny and good. Sonic, Dora, that's gonna have to wait. Actually, Aladdin comes out really soon. I think it comes out this month. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so I'm iffy about going to go see it. Like, I really want to see it, but at the same time, like, I don't want to go see it because I feel like I'm gonna get really disappointed.
Yeah, well, did you see the Beauty and the Beast live action movie?
No, I deliberately chose not to go see it because, like, a lot of the times when I saw like something like a Disney film get made live action, it was always bad.
Yeah, like, okay, here's the thing. The Beauty and the Beast, it uses basically the same script as the animated movie, with like a few details here and there, and like maybe another plot element and another song. But it's basically just the same scripts for like basically every other character interaction. It uses the same script as the animated movie. And at that point, it's like, well, you're just remaking it, and it looks uglier. Because they're going for the live action look, and it's like, yeah, sure, it's more realistic, kinda, but Dumbo came out like last week, though.
Don't get mad, get glad.
Dumbo came out.
Extra strength stretching band.
Like, that's the thing, though. They changed the story too much. It's weird. They stick to the story too much. It's weird.
I actually saw part of the live action Beauty and the Beast recently.
Oh, yeah?
And the part that made me not like it was when they were doing the musical part in the pub with Gaston.
It doesn't have the same flair or the same like.
No, because the thing is like in the animated one, the original, Gaston was this big, muscly, like deep voice guy, and then in the live action, the guy's like he's more of like a tenor voice guy. Like he's got a tenor type voice, like barely a baritone type voice that basically doesn't fit Gaston.
I see. And then also, I made the joke about his physical appearance, not to body shame, but the whole thing
Body
of
shame.
like,
Body.
no, but the whole
No, don't do that.
yeah, no, but the whole thing of in the cartoon, Gaston, like he's a cartoon, so they can draw him as big as they want, basically, and he's this huge guy,
Yeah,
and then
like Dorito chip looking guy with little legs.
just tiny little legs.
Like literally, you look at him like, how does he not fall?
Is a grossly exaggerated male standard.
How dare they do that? Like, really?
Disney, how could you? But yeah, in the live action one, he's a regular guy, and obviously, Gaston's like this big guy in the cartoon, and then you go to Disneyland, and then you see the guy dressed as Gaston, trying his best to appear big or intimidating or this and that or heroic, Yeah, some things don't translate very well into live action.
Yeah, Gaston had a pretty tiny. Yeah, he had a pretty tiny waist, but his legs were pretty proportional.
Okay, so yeah, he did have.
No, like his torso was like proportion to everything was like to proportion except for his waist. His waist was like way too thin.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah,
you can make him into a really tiny like Dorito looking dude.
Oh yeah, it's even more like. And I'm just looking at pictures of Gaston now.
Yeah, that's literally what I started doing.
Hey guys, welcome to the Gaston cast.
Really funny thing that they do for it's like way off topic. What they do for like Gaston for like Disney actors is to make the chest, the shoulders, the biceps, and the chest muscles look proportionate to the Gaston character. Is they actually like stuff the arms and the chest area with like tissue and cotton.
Oh yeah, like the superhero costumes you buy at Party City.
Yeah, something along those lines.
It's all just like padded muscles. I feel dumb. We're talking about Gaston. This is Gaston cast. I really don't know how to feel about Disney right now. Like, okay,
and get their own YouTube channel. Oh wait, they already.
No, yeah, they do.
Maybe that's what they'll do next. They'll buy YouTube.
I don't know. YouTube. Well, right now YouTube's owned by Google.
Actually pretty big. I mean, I don't think it's.
YouTube's owned by Google right now.
Oh, then they would have to try to buy Google, but I think Google would probably buy Disney if Disney even tried to buy Google.
And then Amazon will just come in and buy everyone.
Yeah.
I think because Amazon is really huge.
Yes, it's actually getting much bigger because everybody's ordering everything online.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
just because it's out of not just convenience, but it's also there's a lot of stuff that's online that's cheaper than it is at the store.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Amazon will just have like lower prices for things, and I mean, it's just so easy for like me. I started using Amazon a lot more often within the past few months. I never used to use Amazon, but then a while ago I got like a gift card, and so I figured, oh well, I'm not gonna let this $50 go to waste. So I made, I set up my Amazon account, and I'm like, dang, this is like really, really convenient.
Yes, it is. It's dangerous.
I know. But yeah, I mean, it's not the best place for ordering like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Typically, you got like Troll and Toad and TCG Player for like stuff like that. But if you're gifted an Amazon gift card and you're like, oh, maybe I should pick up you're like, oh, I could use this card. Then especially for certain ones, it's so easy because it's like, oh yeah, this card's 50 cents and free shipping. It's like, all right, sounds good. Or what else have I gotten on Amazon within the past
just don't go try to buy like old school video games off of Amazon because people are trying to sell those for a fortune.
Way too much.
Like if you want like a Luigi's Mansion, be willing to pay like $156 for it. Or if you want that wonderful Super Mario Sunshine, guess what? You're paying $238.
That's not. Oh gosh. Well, wait. Is it like it's not sealed? Is it? They're selling like a used copy for that much?
Brand spanking new.
Oh, okay. Like sealed.
Sealed.
Okay. Well, I don't know, for like even stuff like that.
Hey, some people are even trying to sell like those like limited edition like GameCubes that used to be a thing where it's like, oh, it's a limited edition, it's a special edition, it's this, it's that's the other thing, only limited time only. And back when it was actually popular, like it only costed like a some chunk of cash to where people are now trying to sell them for like 300 to 400 to $500 from what I've seen.
Well, recently when I'm game hunting, I guess that's a term.
You're looking for those Kirby games.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, just in general, what have I been trying to do? I don't know, I got to save it for like the next convention I'm going to. Just wait until then to buy stuff. But there's this website that I stumbled across that gives, video game prices. And so I've just been using that, and it's really useful. In terms of like, whether telling if something is a good deal or just generally getting an estimate of how much a game is worth at the current moment. And like there are different things. Like there's loose, which is just the game, like the disc or the cartridge by itself. There's complete, which is the game in the box. And then there's new, which is completely sealed. And it gives you...
I always go for completely sealed. I'm picky.
Yeah, I would prefer that. But at the same time, like, well, if you're getting an older game, right? If I happen to be able to stumble across like a completely sealed, like, new in box and everything, then I'd be really tempted to just keep it sealed and hold on to it for like a few more years, because at that point the value increases even more so, and then you could turn around and sell it for even more.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm getting into that like vendor thought or just because, well, for one thing, I don't have a whole lot, but just every so often, if I find something like at a decent-ish price, then I'll buy it, and I have just a tub of a few things that I'm keeping sealed to eventually sell later if I need to. For one thing, Bionicle, right? When Bionicle came back.
Oh my gosh, Bionicle.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned that Bionicle came back in 2015, right?
It's what you called big kid Legos.
the serious Lego. But yeah, they released some new Bionicle sets in 2015, and there was one of them that was, because unfortunately they did not sell very well, and so Target would put them on clearance pretty often. And I happened to pick up this one a few copies of this one for like $8 each when retail was $16. Like I said, I've been holding on to them for a bit, and so now the value of a sealed one is up to about $40.
Really?
Yeah, because people like Bionicle and they don't sell this one anymore. So
I think you're waiting for like it's now worth $5,000. Who's trying to collect?
All right, who wants one? Oh, even from spending $8 to it being worth $40 is not bad.
No, that's like a massive profit right there.
It's one that I haven't built myself yet, but I could easily spend like 15 or less than 15 to buy the individual pieces online and build one myself, or buy an open one. I maybe need to try to start investing a little more into that, but it's mostly like, if I happen to see it, then I'll pick something up and I'll hold on to it for a bit. Well, I back to Toys R Us, like I was saying, I feel like I should have picked up some of those Amiibo for cheap and just held on to them for a little.
Yeah, no, because Amiibos kind of dropped in price, but then they like spike again, but then they drop, and then they go to like a plateau for a little bit, then they go high again, and they're like in the middle.
Yeah, but the real seller is gonna be the card game / board game when it's done.
For Amiibos?
No, for me, my personal is gonna be my personal. which pretty much brings it full circle. So yeah, that's I guess that's it for the most part, huh?
Yeah, but that has been the podcast, folks. Come back next time and you will find out GatorEX's favorite type of food. Maybe it's shrimp, maybe it's pizza, maybe it's a shrimp pizza, maybe just maybe it's Boots.
Boots the monkey. We eating monkey brains in here like Indiana Jones. But anyway, that's been episode... Shoot, we on 5? Yeah, episode 5 of the GatorEX podcast. Yeah, nice. Quick, small thing. Every 4 months or so for the podcast, I'm thinking of compiling like best of moments. So if from this point on, or even for older ones, you have any best moments that you want to comment below, that's cool too. Leave any questions for us.
Ask questions.
That we can...
I demand it. Questions. Now.
You can't demand it. That's not nice.
Ah!
Yeah, exactly. Any questions, ask us. But we'll be back sometime later. I don't have the schedule in front of me.
Or do you?
Stop. I have it in front of me. I just don't want to look at it. But anyway, this was a good one. If you enjoyed, guys, you're cool. Leave a like, share with somebody. That'd be great. Like we said, we've got 5 episodes all together and a best of coming up probably in a month. So that'd be pretty neat. I don't know. Sometimes I get mushy and I'm like, your support means so much or whatever. But it legitimately. It legitimately. But
no, seriously, like you guys should support this guy. He's really cool.
Oh shuck, should support. It counts as support for you because every few podcasts you guys participating, you specifically, like, will add up to like the worth of a pizza that I'll buy you.
Pizza.
So leave a like so Nerds can get his pizza.
Coupon.
Got a coupon. Exactly. So leave a like and we'll get closer to that pizza. That's the goal, 2018. But anyway, yeah, no, I'm stalling. Anyway, yeah, thanks for listening. This is fun to do, definitely. See you guys in 2 weeks.
Bye!
Now inside every Burger King Big Kids meal you buy, your kids not only get more of the great tasting food they love, they get Pokemon toys and limited edition trading cards from Pokemon the first movie. Pokemon in the Burger King Big Kids meal. Come and catch 'em all.